Welcome to Pasifika Maths. In today's lesson, we are going to look at basic notations in algebra. Let's jump straight into it. In algebra, we do not use the multiplication sign. What does that mean? Instead of writing 3 times a, we just write 3a. We know that that's 3 times a though. What about 3 times 4 times y? Well, in this case, we're going to go 3 times 4 first. So when we do that, it will be 12 times y. Now remember, no multiplication sign. Therefore, it will be 12y. In algebra, when we look at expressions involving multiplication, the number comes before the variable. So, in this case, 6 will come first. So a times 6, remember, no multiplication sign. The answer will be 6a. Number comes first. What about 3 times 3 times k? Well, we'll need to sort out 3 times 3 first. And once we do that, that's 9. Therefore, it'll be 9k. Now, when we have letters, they are written in alphabetical order when we're doing algebra. So in this case, B times A times C, remember, no multiplication sign. Therefore, this will be B, A, C, but wait, we need to write them in alphabetical order. So it's going to be A, B, C. Now, when someone says A, B, C to you, know that it's actually A times B times C. What about A times 2 times K? Now, think back to these 3 rules and apply them all. So it'll be number first in alphabetical order without any multiplication signs. So 2ak. Now, when we're looking at division, we can write that as a fraction. So we're all familiar with 6 divided by a written like this. But in algebra, we can also write it like that. 6 divided by a, or 6 over a, is something that you would have heard as well. And the last one, if we have a variable on their own, the number in front is 1. We don't often write it because we're really efficient. So when you see a on its own, no, it's 1a. If you see k on its own, no, it's 1k. We don't write the 1 because we're efficient. How about giving it a go now? Why don't you pause this video and try and work this out on your own? Now, if you said 4k for 4 times k, well done. If you put the number first and then remove the multiplication sign and wrote 3k, well done again. Number first, alphabetical order, no multiplication sign. You're learning really fast. Well done. 5 divided by k can be written as 5 over k, or 5 divided by k. And then y is actually 1y. Remember, we're very efficient, so we don't write it. Now, just to recap, some of the basic notations in algebra that we should be aware of are the following. Multiplication signs are not used. So instead of going 3 times a, we write 3a. But we know that it actually means it's 3 times a. Number comes before a variable. So an example was a times 6. It'll actually be written as 6a. Letters are written in alphabetical order. Division can be written as a fraction. And when a variable's on their own, there's a number 1 in front of it. We don't often write it because we're very efficient. And that is it. We hope you've enjoyed our lesson today, and we'll see you in the next one.